Hey, we're live. Rio Republico in Punta Cana. Right here in the Dominican Republic. The fuck am I doing here? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing here. These people were nice enough to have me come down. This is one of the
Punta Cana.
Punta Cana. He's the director of fun. Yeah, he's the one who has fun. You come down here, you see him. He runs all the activities here in Punta Cana at Rio Republica.
Rio Republic.
Yes, to Punta Cana.
Punta Cana is my family.
You come down here, you see his name? You come down here, you see him, he'll dance for you. So, yeah, you come down, he's in charge of the fun. He's director of fun. They have activities going on all day. Obviously, he's wearing a mask. Obviously, I'm not. Down here at the resort, they were nice enough to bring me down here to do a couple of shows and to show everybody in the world that it's starting to open up. This time last year, they were about to close down. They were shut down for a long time. Luckily, the Dominican Republic is doing something right. They have really good low numbers. They're not open to 100% capacity. I can't imagine what it must be like down here if it was 100% capacity, because there is so much room. Like a year and a half ago, this must have been packed right now, packed. And unfortunately, they're only, I don't know what the percentage is. I have my mask right here. I'm ready. But the percentage is like, I don't know, they obviously only open up to a small percentage, but they need to open up more. And I can tell you right now, everybody's been stuck in their house. Everybody is, ready to fucking jump out a window, hypothetically, because COVID has kept us so confined. And the world, there's vaccinations, there's people in countries getting it right. And down here in Punta Cana, Rio Republico, they're getting it right. The staff here is extraordinary. Obviously, you just saw them. He's so much fun. He runs all the activities at the pool behind me. I don't know if you can see that, but there's all those people back there having a great time. They run all different activities all day long. And, it's not that expensive to come down here, all-inclusive vacations. They have a bunch of different resorts here and all over the Dominican Republic. I chose to just have the adult one because, I'm an adult. And I just want to thank them for being very hospitable and very, very cool to me. And I hope that anybody watching this can see that it's okay to step out of your house. It's affordable to come down here. You don't have to pay for anything. Here's one of my best friends all day. Where is he? That bird. We've been feeding him all day. He's my only friend down here. And I just want to let you know that everybody, you can step out your house. You can come down here and have a COVID-safe vacation. These people are very vigilant about keeping the rooms clean, keeping everything clean. They're mopping, sanitizing. There's sanitation stations everywhere. So it's okay to step out your house, everybody. It's time to start breathing and living life again and not having to worry. There's my mojito. And with that being said, I want to introduce my guest for today, this afternoon, wherever you're at. One of my favorite people in the world. Someone who I consider family and a very good friend, who I would do anything for. He's from Clerks, Mallrats, all of Kevin Smith's movies. He's got his own podcast, Brian O'Halloran. Everybody, Brian O'Halloran.
What is up, Steve Grillo? You would do anything for me, but give me the heads up that you are going to the Dominican Republic. And I just want to say, coming from me and all of your fans and viewers, to hell with you leaving the country and vacationing. What the hell?
Yeah.
We want snow up here to shovel. We got to take care of. And you're drinking mojitos, having fun with the fun director, feeding exotic birds, watching people half naked behind you in a pool? Screw you, Grillo.
No, my name is Ted Cruz. You got it wrong.
Yeah, that's right. You were the buddy he went down with, and then you were to hang with his wife, so you went from Cancun and a quick jump over to the DR. I see you.
I won't show you her picture, but she's right here in the thong.
I'm sure.
Oh, well. Were you having a cocktail there, B? What do you got there?
I'm just having some iced tea. I'm just having
well, we could cilantro anyway.
Yeah, cilantro.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that does well down in the DR. Everybody knows what.
No, I just had an opportunity to come down here and let everybody know. I needed to get out of my head. I needed to get out of the box I've been living in, get out of the head I've been living in. And I had this opportunity to come down and maybe talk to these people and start some type of program or, promotion program. And not quite. You never know what's going to happen. They have a stage here. I'm thinking about, you can do a lot of different things. Excuse me.
You're a hustler, man. You've always been a hustler. So anytime you see an opportunity, you're going to talk to someone about taking that opportunity. And I admire that in you, sir. So I'm not faulting you to want to get out of the city. It's not like you have a family and kids you got to take care of, or you're a representative of some state that's in a massive, electricity loss. You're a young man. You're a really good guy. You deserve a vacation like this. And look, you're making it work. You're working on this vacation. So technically, you could probably write this off as a tax write-off. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I should talk to my accountant. A little F-sharp tax management, Richard at Frenzy.com. I just sent him my W-2s, and hopefully maybe I'll get some money back and I can come back down here. Fuck bills and rent. I'm staying in the DR. No, I see an opportunity down here. Not only because, people are afraid to come out, and I'm able to show them that it's safe down here, and they're running rates that are very affordable. But I also can see a different they have activities every night. Every night they have a big stage here, about maybe 200-300 people. I'm not really good at gauging what stadiums are like or how many people that fit. But last night, they did have everybody distant at a table. And the act last night was a magician, much of an illusionist, but it was kind of rudimentary. And I'm thinking, I got my boy, Smooth Dini, who was on AGT. And I'm like, if he came down here, if they were fucking eating that shit up, if they got to see my boy Smooth, they would like shit their goddamn pants. And I'm like, wait a minute. I could book Smooth down here. I could possibly book a couple of comedians down here. I could probably book a lot of people down here. So I'm thinking I think there's an opportunity here because I spoke to one of the general managers here today, and I said, you guys are hurting, right? And she was like, and I said, are you having a hard time having people come down here? And she was like, yeah. So I don't know the exact percentage number, but whatever percentage they're allowed to have down here, the numbers are not even close. And for a big resort, there's so many rooms here. There's so much. So there's 7 restaurants. There's a water park slide. There's 7 pools. And for them to not have the capacity for a year, it's definitely catastrophic to their business. And
it's not there either. It's all over, my friend. All over.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's no doubt. But, having peace of mind is important to people, and coming down and letting yourself go and sitting on a beach is for peace of mind and getting away and doing something. And we've been told we're not allowed to do that for almost a year. And people are committing suicide at a higher rate. People are just sitting there. Children are committing suicide, which is horrible, all because the government's telling us we can't leave. And I think right here at Rio Republico and Punta Cana, they're saying that, no, it can happen, and you can get out, and you can enjoy the sun and sit on a beach without having to worry about COVID. I came in here, the first thing that I did was gave me a COVID test. I just got it back. I'm negative. Thank the Lord. So, but they make sure that they have it.
And it was just COVID, none of the other.
No, I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
So I have a COVID testing facility in right next to the manager's office. So. They're here and they're looking out for you, and they're basically letting you know that it's okay to come out and it's safe, and it's only fair that people can do something nice for themselves at this point. I think we need it.
No, I understand where you're coming from, and I understand why the states are doing what they do in a staged and measured way. I don't fault them for that either. We here in America just overwent the 500,000 people who have passed away from it.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that
that's many people died?
That is a real number. I know. I'm not saying people didn't die.
Listen, we can get into the whole Governor Cuomo, fudge numbers kind of thing. But
let me ask you a question, because I know I've had a couple of people that had parents or somebody die of a heart attack, and their death certificate came back COVID-related heart attack. And it's not just one person that it happened to. And I don't know if you watch this guy. He's a young guy, and he's a very intelligent kid. His name is Anomaly, or it's a really weird way he spells it. And he's very educated, and everything he says, he's very slow, kind of hippie-ish, kind of definitely a millennial, but he does his investigation. And he brought something up that I saw today that Bill Gates, 2 years ago, was giving people books to read. And it was one of the books that was in the stack of his books was The Art of Statistics. And he actually wound up reading the book. And I'll post this up later on my Facebook page. And I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but it's Bill Gates told people to read this book, and it's almost a carbon copy of what exactly happened. I'm not saying things aren't happening, but it's just kind of weird.
And just to get to the end of the argument, or just the discussion show.
Yeah,
even if we say 100,000 of them are fraudulently considered COVID,
it's still horrible.
It's still horrible, and the government doesn't want this shut down. They have to rely on tax revenue to operate. So trust me when I say the politicians and the people in charge are not doing this to some weird end that is to sell vaccines that microchips in you. That's for Cocoa Puffs talk. It's just science trying to get a hold of this. We are not China. We cannot order everybody by force to stay home. People, as you can tell in Florida and other states, they're doing what they want to do. No one is putting a gun to anyone's head. Private businesses have the option to have their policies. You must wear your mask. You must be social distance. The people who come in with all the, I have a reason not to wear a mask. Look, it's the same thing you wear a seatbelt when driving a car. It's for your own safety. And I hope, and look, you know me, I'm in this industry of filming and entertainment and stuff like that. Trust me when I say I want to get the fuck out of my house and go and do some things and go and hang with filmmakers again and make some films and work at cons and be out there. But at the same time, I get it. I understand that we got to take it slowly. The manufacturing end of these vaccines is slower than people expected. But that's science, man. Conspiracy. Trust me. But yes, people should be able to travel. People should be able to go and take their own risks if they have to.
No, it's, yeah. I just it's not like I'm Mr. Conspiracy Theory, but just sometimes I just really love to hear both sides of the story and come to some middle conclusion. And I like to ask intelligent people like you how you perceive it, because it helps me understand both sides. And I'm not trying to, I'm not like, I don't mean to bring Stuttering John into it, but and this has nothing to do with COVID and Stuttering John, but John is very political and he's on one side, and he's well read and has all his information ready. And when he goes into his rants, that's what he believes. I don't know what to believe. That's my problem. I'm so wishy-washy.
And 60% of Americans are exactly like you. They don't know what to believe because certain outlets are spouting out things that have their agenda on it, and certain other outlets are spinning things in their agenda. And all we can do is like, well, no one knows what they're doing. And then you get idiots, and then you get idiots in power who decide to leave their state while their state is in a massive winter grips power and water shortage.
It's like he tried to sneak out like a little bitch.
Dude, really?
He got busted.
Really, bro? It's just like, what? So anyway, I'm not going to go on that any further. I talked about that on my own show.
Yeah, I just love that he came back like a dog that peed on the carpet. Like, I'm sorry. Like
threw his daughters under the bus. What a bitch.
Yeah, oh, what a bitch. So I want to bring up what's going on in Texas right now. I know that the Dallas Mavericks are doing a lot right now to help out. I think it's the Texas Relief Fund. If anybody is sitting around, that people, I said this like 2 days ago. I was like, you know what? These houses weren't meant to hold snow. And they're not. They don't have hot water. They don't have heat. They don't have gas. They the food and everything. And another aspect that no one's talking about, you as well as I am, are a pet lover. These pets are suffering as well. So the Texas Relief Fund, I guess Lucas on the Dallas Mavericks, is doing an extraordinary thing for the relief fund. I know he's already raised like $1.25 million. That was a couple of days ago. It's probably much more than that. The Texas Relief Fund. I'm so sorry. I got to get that right. But they're having a really hard time, and people really need to step up for Texas right now. So what I was talking about is like these houses, they're used to rain falling off, not snow sitting on their house. And then the sudden change in temperature, all that amount of snow that was there is going to get into the crevices of the house. And now they're going to have to deal with mold and like shit falling apart because it's going to rot the wood. And sure enough, that's the next wave of this horrible, catastrophe that's happened in Texas. And so now they're not only going to just need now, I think in the long run, they're going to need our help.
Well, they need to get on the national grid, and that's a policy issue that their state legislature has to get involved with. They decided to go with the free market system in which supply and demand makes the prices, and they're charging $9,000 per mega kilowatt or whatever it is, and then some people are getting like $16,000 bills for 2 weeks of electricity. That's insane. If I was a gas station, I was a hurricane that hit Texas, and I went from $1.50 a gallon gas up to $29 a gallon, I'd be in federal prison for price gouging. Why is this different? That the electrical company can do the exact same thing, if not worse, and people don't blink an eye. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It's unfortunate that it took something this catastrophic for this to come to light. But at least
it came to light in 2011. It happened to them. And then the federal government came in, did an assessment, said you got to winterize, you got to do this, and we recommend you join the national grid. But they didn't want to go. So 10 years ago, they had this warning, and they just turned their head. But that's Texans, man. Don't mess with them. But yet, they don't want federal influence on their business. But now they're looking for federal assistance. So,
Yeah, well, we got to help them. My point is the fact that I'm sure when we went through Sandy and 9/11, the Texas people were there for us, and it's time we step up for them to help them out.
Not Mr. Ted Cruz.
No,
yeah. Voted against that help.
Really? He did?
He did.
Wow. Well, you know what? I'm good. I love having informed people on my show. So
listen, I don't blame the people of Texas. I blame the upper management. But all Texans have to get out there and vote. Remember this when you get into the voting booth, when it's time to talk to these people, and get yourselves on the national grid and shit like this doesn't happen.
Yeah, there's no doubt. So I've seen now you've been vigilant about your fans, and you've been doing virtual, like not with signings, but what have you been doing? Because I know you're a big convention guy, and now you can't go to conventions.
Yeah, so a lot of the conventions started shifting their business model towards the middle of last year and the beginning of this year. I've worked with a couple of them now on virtual kind of meet and greets, and also Q&As. So now this round is with the good folks of Wizard World. If Wizard World Entertainment, if you're a fan of those Comic-Cons, they've gone virtual now. And we just had earlier this past Saturday, we had a virtual Q&A with myself, Marilyn Gigliotti, and Scott Schiaffo of the original Clerks. And then we had two surprise guests join the Q&A. That was Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. And all this week, we're offering people the chance to get autographed 8x10s, one-on-one chats, and also like a video recorded message like you would get with Cameo. You can go to wizardworldvirtual.com to order yours today. The order's got to be in by Friday, and we'll be doing those visual one-on-ones, virtual photo ops this Saturday.
So have you already started doing this?
I have been doing with other companies, and now.
Okay, I'm just saying now. Just my question is, the one-on-one like chats like that could get kind of awkward or weird. What's your weirdest experience with having to sit and talk to somebody? You don't have to mention names, but
There's no weirdness. You're limited to 2 minutes of just chat time. It's like, imagine if Cameo was Cameo Live as opposed to just getting a recorded message.
Okay.
They'll pay a fee. They'll be given a code. They'll be given a time slot when to come on, and then we'll talk about whatever they want, as if they walked up to me at my booth at a convention.
Well, then now the booth at the convention, it's sort of public, and some people have inhibitions, but to have that one-on-one personal, like we're doing right now, like has anybody stepped over the line, said something weird, or been like, I think of you and a cucumber at the same time,
Why are you taking this in such a weird direction, sir?
Because you know as well as I do.
Tell the director of fun, you're done. You're cut off.
You know as well as I do that there's freaky people out there. I'm just trying to find out a fun, interesting story.
They're being monitored by people. Plus, it's being recorded. So,
Okay.
Who wants to be that guy? It looks like you're inciting this virtual riot on my hands.
God forbid, no. So, house life. I know you're a little more introverted and staying in and stuff like that.
Introverted, trust me. I live 2 hours northwest of New York City. I'm over the border from New York State into Pennsylvania, and we've had a shit ton of snow. We had more yesterday, snowing again today. So it's not so much that I like being up here. It's gorgeous up here, especially if you're a skier or if you're a summer kind of woodsman kind of type. So I love it. But at the same time, I was down in the Red Bank area yesterday because Kevin Smith's store has moved locations. The Jay and Silent Bob Secret Santa has moved to 65 Broadway there, I think. And yesterday was their soft open. So I went down there, shot a small segment for the grand opening, which will be happening in the middle of March next month. And I also went down there because a great deli named a sandwich after me, so I went down there to do a little bit for them at their deli.
What's on the sandwich? Bologna?
So the Dante's Inferno is roast beef with imported provolone, and then you got broccoli rabe on it, and then banana peppers, and then it's with a cucumber wasabi dressing on it, sauce on it, on a semolina roll, and it's fan-fucking-tastic. You can go to Tercelli's. Middletown is the way to go.
I so need to have that. That's like everything that you just said, between the roast beef, the broccoli rabe, the banana peppers, the sesame roll.
It was like this big. It was like that big.
Will they ship it to me? I don't know. I think I have to go to Red Bank. Speaking of Red Bank, that's where we first met.
Right.
Was that the first Silent J and Bob's? Because this is the third location that they've moved to, correct?
Correct.
So the original one, just so everybody knows, I was really friendly with the people at View Askew. They were big Stern fans. They were always nice to me. When Kevin got, I guess, commissioned to shoot a bunch of promos for MTV. This is right after Clerks' big success and all this shit was happening. And MTV went up to Kevin and said, "Yo, we see your talent. You got like 5 different promos you can shoot." And one of them was at the comic book store in Red Bank. And the guys in the office, I really wish I remembered all their names. They were young. They were big Howard Stern fans. I'd send them shit. They'd send me shit. And they were like, "Oh, you want to be in Kevin Smith's video at the comic book store?" And I was like, "Duh." And so if you watch that one video where I guess it was kind of like it was sort of like an imagination kind of thing where you and I'm having a brain fart. You guys were getting castrated, and I just sat there and pointed at you, laughing at you because you were like on your hands and you were on your knees and like bound or something.
Crazy, yeah. Brian Quinn, one of the famous guys from Impractical Jokers. He was one of their main interns during that time, and
I didn't realize that. Shit.
Yeah. And that's how that's where the hookup is with Brian Quinn and the View Askew folks, because he was an intern at Kevin's office for many years before going out on his own, obviously, and doing huge things with the.
Oh my God, the Practical Jokers! I had a bond with them. I didn't realize, of course, I didn't realize I must have been in contact with Brian back in the View Askew days. They also went to they all went to Monsignor Farrell High School in Staten Island, and I wrestled for Nazareth, and we were all in the same league, and I was at Monsignor Farrell High School a lot in my high school wrestling career, and I knew a lot of people there. But when I met them at one point, because they were using the Bright Shot lights for one of the promos or one of the things that they were doing, and they were all like, Grillo, we all know you. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. I didn't realize that, but it goes back. I didn't realize how Brian Quinn worked at View Askew. That's really kind of cool.
Yeah, he's a huge fan. He would do impersonations of Jackie Martling in the office all the time. He'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?
Yee!"
Right? Yee! Yeah,
I can't.
He was always doing it.
I can't get into too many details, but Jackie's something's happening with Jackie that I was privileged to sort of be a part of, and got to see some things. I'm trying to like build up some stuff, but Jackie's got something coming out that is just absolutely 100% going to blow up.
Oh, that's awesome. He's a great guy. I love Jackie to death. Anytime I get a chance to see him or hang out with him. Usually I see him at the Long Island Film Festival from every year or so. So he's a great guy. He always reaches out to me from time to time. And, if anybody ever gets a chance, watch his or log on to his website. Has jokes out the ass, and he's the idiot savant. Not an idiot savant. He's just a savant when it comes to jokes. Like, everything about a joke.
It's going to be something where you're going to really appreciate Jackie for the human being he is.
Nice. That's awesome.
And you're going to laugh your ass off.
That's the point.
Like, there's things that I've heard and seen and done with Jackie, and it's still funny as the first time I heard it. And I use the analogy: if you don't know Jackie the Joke Man and you watch this, you're gonna love it and laugh. If you hate Jackie the Joke Man and you watch this, you're gonna love it and laugh. And if you're a Stern fan, there's no doubt that you're gonna love it and laugh.
Yeah. He's definitely missed. He's definitely missed on the show.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good things going on with his project, and I can't wait. I know I can't say too much, so I'm just trying to give you just something. Stay tuned for something really, really awesome from Jackie the Joke Man. The light's changing on me here. It changes. I don't know if
you got some sunscreen, some sunblock on though, right?
I have 50 on.
All right, that's good.
And I'm still red. Fucking Irish skin sucks.
No, that's the drinking. You're turning red from the inside out. That's not.
Yeah. I'm pickled.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm glad you're down there enjoying yourself. The weather is freaking gorgeous, and it's so funny. Noah has this great background that we're in, and it literally looks like it's all of you. Like the pool box of you on camera fits perfectly into this background.
Yeah, I could be lying. I'm like, I'm really in Manhattan right now, and that's a green screen.
You wouldn't be this happy if you were sitting in your apartment with a green screen.
Oh, Brian, you know me way too well.
Exactly.
But I do have a green screen in the apartment now, and I'm.
I know.
I got a new microphone, and I can't wait to get that all set up so I could continue doing professional podcasts from home and not being out there.
When I hear that laugh out of you, I know you're in really good spirits and that something is going to happen. Something's up when you have that laugh going on.
Yeah, I haven't had it in a long time. And, some people kind of like, I'm sort of dealing with some personal issues that I'm trying to make right, and professional issues and monetary issues. And it's sort of when you're sitting in home and you get up and you don't want to get out of bed, and there's nothing else to do other than go downstairs to the bar, and you love and see your friends and family, your bar friends are like your family. That's awesome. But sometimes it's like, I want to do something else.
There you go, buddy.
I appreciate the luck that I have with the family that I just walk downstairs and I have, 10 people that I can sit there and bitch to and everything. And they've helped me. They actually encouraged me to make sure this happened, because they're like, you're a miserable bastard. Get out of here.
Well, now you can legally and technically say the international hit Grillo show, Aftershock with XL with Steve Grillo. Now you're an international show because you're recording in another country.
Yeah. I just haven't been in another country in so long. I've only done one thing like this before in my life, and it was down in Jamaica. And I was like, it was like 3 days, and I was like, I can stay here for like a month.
Right.
And I'm getting the same feeling here because it's just like you get up and you go down and you have breakfast and you sit at the pool and you go and have lunch and then you go and jump in the ocean and it's just beautiful all over the place.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. While we schmucks are up here in the cold snow. I love it.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I had, and our good friend Roy McDonald, he's got a lot of different projects going on, and the new air affair. I was at the pool, and I'm like, okay, I should go back up and start make sure everything's charged, and do everything. And I'm like, I could be not the promotions director for here, but I can do a lot for this place, and I'm trying to find all the information proper because I don't want to mess it up. But he has he's all about the COVID and being clean and stuff like that, and he's developed this new air affair, which is a machine that purifies air. And okay, here we go. All right, so I'm just gonna read what he wrote first, and then I'll say, oh my God, my oh my God moment. When I called him, I was going upstairs. I'm like, oh my God, the air affair would be perfect for here because it's basically all the air conditioning that's in all the hotel rooms, and it's hot down here, is coming in through an air conditioning system. The air affair attaches to an air conditioning system and pushes pure air, 99.8% pure air, COVID-free air into a room. And it's a big unit, and it goes through a HEPA filter and an ionization chamber, and whatever air is being pushed out is ionized on top of it being pure. It also, when it's out in the air, it attaches whatever contaminants are in the air attaches to the ionized particles. So I'm going to read what he wrote, just so, and I know you're intelligent. You understand this much more than I do. So this is from Roy McDonald, and this is how it could possibly help not only this hotel, but all the hotel industries. Okay, the idea before by airfare is that you don't open windows and you keep letting new air in, but rather you clean the air that's already inside the room or rooms you're already in. It works like this. First, bring the airfare into a room, close all the doors and windows. The airfare will suck air in from one side and send it through the first filter, which will catch the bigger particles. Then the air enters the first chamber where it will be met by a UVC light. But the particles are too small. Hold on. Oh, mother, father, son of a bitch. All right. So you'll be able to do this. The first chamber will be met by a UVC light. The particles are too small. It will hit the next filter, which is a MERV 13 AMD, and it may pass through. If the smaller particles get through the MERV 13 filter, it will enter another chamber that will be met by an ionizer. The ionizer will coagulate the smaller bits together, making them large. Then it will be released back into the room. The next time the air flows through the machine, the particles will be much larger and won't be able to pass through the filters. And while the air stuck in either of the filters or in the chamber itself, they will be eradicated by the UVC light.
That sounds pretty scientifically correct. If we can keep doing that in a sealed room, that is a great idea. Hopefully something of that nature can be made in a price range that your regular consumer can buy them.
Well, once things start going bigger, once they start doing mass production, they're ready for mass production. But just say if you did get something like this Rio Republica resort, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings that are restaurants, that are hotel rooms, that are like event rooms, and you have one. You put one in each of the hotels, whatever is pushing out the air conditioning, and it's that it takes you to the next level of purity or cleanliness, and brings people makes people feel more safe that they're able to not only come down and have a staff that's clean and everybody's wearing masks and cleaning their hands, but you go into a room and the room is clean as also. So it's like
they have a smaller version of that unit in home HVAC systems that are smaller, that you always have to pull out that big square filter and then put in a new one. Yeah. This sounds like it's like 4 times deeper with bigger filters and doubling the ionization process to pull the particles to make them bigger, thus catching as well. So yeah, if it's something that can be hooked up to existing systems, that's awesome. That's a great improvement.
In this paranoid world of where people are afraid to step out of the house, something like the airfare can, be promoted to say, we're not only doing this, but we have this unit that is also going to purify your rooms wherever you are. So as I was walking to my room thinking, I called Roy and I go, if you get into one of these resorts, you can get into all the resorts. Then once you have that credibility of getting into something like this, then everybody's going to want to get involved.
Yeah, I see these ads on TV where J-Lo and a bunch of other celebrities like Lady Gaga, they're talking about these buildings that are certified healthy. If he can get in touch with those people and get his product into buildings that want to be certified healthy, it's a gold mine. It really is.
Yeah. So, and the other thing that he's working on, because I don't want to keep you too long, so I'm just trying to wrap up the things. Our friend Chris Munger and Roy McDonald also came up with the parking app Street Spot Me.
Correct.
And you've driven in Manhattan. You've been in a Walmart parking lot. You've been finding a spot can be an aggravating, dangerous thing. People, there's videos online where people are fighting over a parking spot. Literally, it gets violent.
And then add shoveling out your car out of a spot to that. Add that part to it. People get really violent when you have to spend all day shoveling out your car. You go to get groceries, come back, and someone's taking your freshly shoveled spot. Oh my God, people have been killed over that.
Yeah. So the Street Spot Me app is on the Play Store, the Apple Play Store, and it's basically a shared spot where you are looking for a spot, you find a spot, or if you're in a spot and you ping yourself, and then you're coming out and you're going to get ready to leave, and you go, I'm leaving. And then someone's on the same mat, they're looking for a spot, and you meet up and you share the spot. You go, I said, okay, I'm getting out, you're getting in. That's that. And it's a great solution for a really difficult problem. And it's kind of simple. And it's not like you can make money, but you pay $6 to get a spot, and if you give it up and someone takes it, you get $4 back. Yeah. So in the long run, in the frustration of finding a spot on the street, I think all of us would say $2 would be easy to pay out for a spot, to get a spot on the street.
Yeah, it's a great app, and I'm glad that these guys have put it out. And if anybody does, especially in the 5 boroughs, want to get in there and get themselves a nice parking spot, that is definitely the great app to use.
So I'm going to just answer somebody. Ryan, there is violence in parking. Okay, so I do mention it because I've seen videos online where people are dragging people by the hair down the block before a parking spot, and it's a real thing. And to offset that, Street Spot Me can help that. And violence is everywhere. People get angry over spots, taking people's spots, and it can help that. So we'll just go to the Apple Store and check it out. And hopefully, if everybody does it, then it could be great for everybody. You won't have to worry about parking anger. So wait, someone's asking you, could you get to shout out to Mary? She's your biggest fan.
Mary and Mark, what up?
And that'd be kind of cool. So, but all right, what time is it? This is perfect timing. You don't want to go too much. Keep it nice and easy.
You got to get ready for the buffet dinner down there, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, tonight's the one. They used to have because of COVID, they have everybody has to do the buffet thing. But there's one big restaurant, and there's one restaurant that has just basic, really great stuff, where you could just everything's a little different. But there's always a pasta, a fish, a meat, a chicken. But then there's another restaurant that's like a specialty night. Like one night was Italian, last night was Chinese. Tonight's steakhouse.
Oh,
and you can totally get blocked out if you don't get there early. So
yeah, get your reservation in. That happened to me down when I was in Mexico back in 2003. It was the same thing. You had to get in your reservation early to be allowed in.
Yeah, no. So I'm about to run upstairs, take a shower, put on some halfway decent clothes, and enjoy some steak.
Well,
And
thank you for dressing up for my occasion.
well, you know what? I got dressed up yesterday. I had something on because I was facing the sun yesterday. I'm on the other side of the pool now, and I was like, the sun was beating on my back, and I basically sunblocked everything. But I wasn't exactly, go over to some chick or some dude and be like, oh, can you like lotion up my back? So my back was exposed. Can you lotion up my tattoo? So I wasn't about to go ahead and do that. So I was laying on my back, and then when I turned around, the sun was beating on me. So I had like something on, and everybody was like, "Why do you have something on? You're at the beach." So I was like, "All right, screw it." But luckily, the sun moved out of the way. I know my back is burnt anyway. At this point, I can feel it humming.
All right, well, brother, get yourself all showered up and ready for your steakhouse dinner. Thank you so much for bringing me on to the show. I really
thank you for coming down and to me in the Dominican Republic. It's nice to have you here. You're welcome to the pool and all the facilities if you want.
You son of a bitch.
There's a water park slide here. I think I'm going to hit that after dinner, and and then the beach. I'll do another romantic walk on the beach tonight by myself because I just
be careful out there.
I have nobody. I'm nobody. So, but thank you for coming. Anybody about Twitter, Facebook, Instagram?
Yes. If you wanna follow up what I'm up to, this is the best way to do it. Right on there. Here's my follow me along on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you would like to follow along for my show, The O'Hallerant, you can follow it there. The O'Hallerant on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch TV, The O'Hallerant on Twitter and Instagram. We go on live Friday nights at 9 p.m.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. I love you to death. Tell your wonderful girlfriend I said hello.
I will. Thank you so much.
Life mate? Was that you could say? Like, are you like Jay and Silent Bob?
Yeah, hetero mates, exactly. You know what it is? We've been together 27 years, almost going to be 28 years later this year. And so we've outlasted at least 7 to 8 different couples of friends of mine that I was just like, That's
because you're both awesome. That's why.
Oh, thank you. You're such a sweetheart. I will let her know. Please have a drink on us down there. Mojitos actually is one of her favorite drinks, so you're drinking one of her favorites.
It's really good.
Oh, it looks really authentic, which I love.
Yeah. So once I secure my position here, we'll work out something where maybe you can come down and we'll figure something out.
Totally. You could be promoter in residence.
I just might move down here. Who the hell knows?
Now you just got to pick up some Spanish and you're good to go.
Hola. Muy bien.
You're on your own.
Mucho baracho viejo, mucho trabajo, un poco de dinero no chocha.
Whoa. This is a family show.
Dome a yellow, and that's about all I know.
All right. Careful. This will be on your interview. So.
Love you, kid. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All right, cool. How do I get you out of here? Remove. Okay, guys, I just want to say thank you for tuning in tonight. I hope you had a good time. Down here, I'm here at Rio Republico in Punta Cana, having a really good time. I'm about to go upstairs and take a shower and hopefully get into the steakhouse tonight. Texas Relief. You got to go to TexasRelief.com. Please help and look out for the people of Texas. It's their homes, their food, their light, their water, their everything, their pets. They all need our help. This is a national disaster that needs to be addressed soon. And I hope we can get together and help them out. God bless the Mavericks and Lucas over there and everybody in that organization who's they're all true patriots. And don't believe the hype. There's a story behind everything, and I'm going to leave it alone at that. So fuck everybody else. and don't listen to everybody. You see, she believes me. So come over here. Tell them. Come over here. Come over here. Say, don't believe the hype. Fuck everybody.
Don't believe the hype. Fuck everybody.
See that?
Everybody.
She know you like basketball, right?
I like maybe.
Oh, I guess not. You're not a Dallas Mavericks fan?
I'm not even a Minnesota Vikings fan, and I'm from Minnesota.
Well, it's cold out in Minnesota, but it's not cold here.
Hey, that's why I'm here.
There you go.
It was like 12 below when I left.
No, I left New York. It was 3, and I got off the plane. My feet were still cold. Yeah, God bless. I'll see you at dinner.
You have a good one.
This place is awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you had a wonderful time listening, and stay safe, everybody. I appreciate you, and like, share. Please get people to subscribe to the YouTube channel and Apple TV, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, all of them. You can figure it out. Just tune in and get going. Get the numbers up. Spread the word. I'm here for you people, and have a wonderful day. Grillo, Steve Gorilla at Twitter, Grillovator on Instagram. You want to join me? You're more than welcome. I take everybody. Have a great day, guys. Peace.